Mercante, Alyssa Mercante, Alyssa Mercante, Alyssa Mercante, Alyssa Mercante, Alyssa Mercante, Alyssa Mercante. This has been the best thing that's happened to my channel since I started 8 years ago.
Boards and fosters a community of harassers, I'd like to point out that the original version of this was taken down for, you guessed it, harassment. You probably don't know me, and if you do, it's probably not for the right reasons.
Gaming insiders say this harassment shows just how toxic certain parts of gaming culture still are.
My name is Alyssa Mercante. I'm a freelance entertainment and internet culture journalist based in Brooklyn, New York. In March of 2024, I wrote a story that would forever change my life. I didn't expect it to. It was just a report dispelling a conspiracy theory that had gained traction in the dank caves of the internet, in the same spaces where people convince themselves that furniture sites are trafficking children, or that there's a ring of Satan-worshipping cannibals in Washington, D.C. The story laid out the core tenets of this particular conspiracy theory, that a single video game consultancy firm known as Sweet Baby Inc., led by a Black Canadian woman, was forcibly injecting diversity into some of the video game industry's biggest titles. The report stated that a consultant working at the time with Sweet Baby Inc. discovered a 100-person strong curation page on the video game marketplace site Steam, dedicated to tracking any games that the firm had worked on. The curation page also had an affiliated Discord group, an online messaging service commonly used in the video game industry, with about 2,000 members. The Discord chat was filled with racist jokes, misogynistic memes, and homophobic hate. My report.
So I want to be really clear, because I read this article when it first came out. I didn't know that this was the origin story for the unreal amount of hatred that Alyssa has been getting online. But if you read that article, I can give you the TLDR of it and the entire scandal. You may have heard of Sweet Baby Inc. and you may have heard how the anti-woke warriors finally found proof, definitive proof, that there is in fact an infection of the woke mind virus into all gaming. And it comes in the form of this one company, Sweet Baby Inc., which again is a consultant firm based in Canada that companies were able to consult with if they wanted to on a variety of projects. So they do a project and then they want to know if the project is culturally sensitive. They pay this consulting firm to go over their media, whatever that may be. Could be a movie, could be music, could be a video game. And then that consulting firm will give them a report saying, hey, by the way, based on, the storyline that you're choosing, the characters that you're choosing, here's where we feel are, aspects of it that are culturally insensitive. You might want to address this. You might want to hire, say an Indigenous writer to do the writing for the Indigenous characters in the game. You might want to hire a Black voice actor to voice the Black character in the game, things like that. And then the company on the other end takes in that information and does whatever they want with it. That's the totality of the Sweet Baby Inc. scandal. That did start to finish. There's nothing else. There's no direct collaboration with some kind of woke entity, the gender ideology, the ability for none of these games to ever make their own decisions, the fact that they were forced at gunpoint or something like that to have to make these games quote unquote woke or stuff like that. None of that was true. The story it was quite simple, and Alyssa wanted to write a story on it, which was basically Sweet Baby Inc. is a consulting firm. They were consulted on from numerous AAA projects, and then they would give their consultation, and that's it. That's the crime. That's the high crime that Alyssa did. This is like, you'll hear people talk about her, like Asmongold or other huge ass streamers, about how she started this. She started the war. We're gonna end it. Thank God we have real people on our side who can see through the truth. That this was the crime, the high crime.
Contain interviews both with employees of Sweet Baby Inc. and with a few members of that Discord group. It's something that I remain proud of more than 365 days after it published, but it forever changed my life. These are the kinds of messages I received immediately after publishing that piece. Hang yourself, traitor. It's an email sent to my work. Hi, you racist. Could I kindly ask you to remove yourself from this world, you absolute waste of air? Hope you get gang by Muslim slut. You're not a journalist, you're a Jew with a complex. You are a participant in degenerate culture and a staple point of that. All I'm saying is don't go planning that 40th birthday, you won't make it to that point. Ugly Jew begging for free shit, what a surprise. Senior editor at Kotaku, spitting on you people isn't enough at this point. Your father raised a disgusting woman and he should be ashamed of himself. Alyssa Mercante is next. Dumb this bitch, you're messing with the wrong people. You're next in line to be digitally hanged. You're next, traitor. We make you famous. We will continue. You fucked with the wrong people. Your time is coming to the end. The clock is ticking. Alyssa Mercante, safe your sorry ass. Kotaku is next. Alyssa needs to be hanged. Bring no value to the world, and suicide would be beneficial to humanity in your case. Since you're too narcissistic to do that, most parasites are, I also endorse going to a hood in your neighborhood and the mob will do the same. Let's see if black gangsters are so inclusive of pansies like you. Absolutely despicable human being, either kill yourself or get killed. Look at this, and it's a picture of a bullet. Here's a picture of some giant humanoid creature wearing a Sweet Baby Inc. mask, fucking me from behind. I hope subhuman N-words beat you into a coma, rape you, then start tearing your skin off alive to eat you. Subhuman, weak, stupid whores like you deserve to die screaming, with black N-word hands beating your stupid skull until you piss yourself and start seizing. No one is going to save you. I was getting hundreds of messages across.
And again, just to reframe all this was for writing one article about how a consultation firm is in fact a consultation firm. Like, that's it. That's all it took. It's not even like it was something that at the time when I kept hearing every single fucking the quartering and Geeks and Gamers being like, Sweet Baby Inc., Sweet Baby Inc., we caught them, Sweet Baby Inc., finally, we have the scandal, Sweet Baby Inc., they've been exposed, this is where the wokeness begins, this is the origin point of wokeness, it comes from Canada, and by the way, win for Canada, I didn't know that we actually are where wokeness emanates from. I wouldn't assume that, you know, given our colonial genocidal history, but either way, this one company in Canada, which was a consultation firm, which was consulted on and used in the way consultation firms are, apparently just by telling people that, like, oh, there's not actually a wild conspiracy. It would be fun to believe in one. I get it. I understand why you're all so excited about this and jazzed, but this is basically just what consultation firms do. They have a purpose, and then they're usually, reached out to by large companies once they've established themselves as basically the firm to go to in the industry. And when it came to video games, Sweet Baby Inc. was, instrumental for a lot of game development and game developers for going, by the way, we wanted to make a video game about a topic. This topic could be historical. This topic could be controversial. This topic could be culturally insensitive. We just want to know what exactly is the best course of action going forward. And then they didn't have to do any of it. Sweet Baby Inc. could have been like, we feel that you should do XYZ, and they did none of those, and that would have been the exact same scenario as them saying you should do XYZ, and they did those exact things. Because again, they were just a consultation firm.
Twitter, Instagram, my work email, my private email, and elsewhere. Not one to have my integrity questioned or my name smeared, or to just lay down and take it. I pushed back against these detractors. At the same time, a whole host of YouTube videos began cropping up that were about me, my life, my work, and anything else I had ever done.
Now, if you've heard of the Hasanabi hate industrial complex, you should go onto YouTube and look at the Alyssa Mercante hate industrial complex. Every one of these channels has 10 plus videos on her. And again, they're completely obsessed with this woman whose only crime was writing that one article. And then ever since then, it has been a nonstop, like, more updates on Alyssa Mercante. Looks like she's failed once again. We're destroying her, destroying the woke. We're doing everything that we're supposed to do.
Done online. They were full of harassing statements, libelous statements, defamation, misogyny, homophobia, and everything else you'd expect from a group of people
look at all of this.
Who use rage bait to make money on YouTube.
The Queen Liz, the Witch Queen of Kotaku.
Alyssa Mercante's garbage. He's gaming urinalist, curb-crawling prostitute bitch.
Biggest, selfish, most narcissistic cunt on the internet.
Barnacle twat, Alyssa.
Oh, stuttering Craig. Yep. If you didn't already know, he's a massive ass chud.
Mercante.
You're an insufferable twat.
Funny enough, is written by Alyssa Mercante, one of the most hateful people writing about hate.
Alyssa Mercante wishes, because God knows her herpes-stained ass.
Former cam girl and wannabe journalist Alyssa Mercante.
By giving the full name, you are subtly implying that you are encouraging your audience to proactively dox a person.
Alyssa Mercante.
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 Alyssa Mercante. Alyssa Mercante. Alyssa Mercante. Alyssa Mercante. Alyssa Mercante. Alyssa Mercante. Alyssa Mercante. Alyssa Mercante. Alyssa Mercante. Alyssa Mercante. Alyssa Mercante. Alyssa Mercante. Alyssa Mercante. Alyssa Mercante. This has been the best thing that's happened to my channel since I started 8 years ago. Alyssa Mercante. Alyssa Mercante. Alyssa Mercante.
By the way, this is all from JT Smash's channel. This is literally how many videos JT Smash has done on Alyssa Mercante. Outside of her writing that article, they have absolutely no reason to interact with one another, but that's just the start of it.
Alyssa Mercante. Alyssa Mercante. Alyssa Mercante is obsessed with me.
And while I was facing all of this, I still did my job. I continued reporting on important issues in this space, managing a team of writers, mentoring younger industry members, and even putting on an all-day fundraiser on Twitch for Trans Lifeline that raised $25,000.
I kept finding more information about how horrific this charity really is.
Smash JT brought this up. Trans Lifeline. This is the, I guess, charity that she raised money for. She raised $20,000 to a very suspect charity.
Trans
An
Lifeline
awesome
has a
organization.
97% rating on Charity Navigator and is a 5013C. Can you imagine doing your job while getting stuff like this daily?
I absolutely fucking promise you, you will give up before anybody over here gives up.
Alyssa Mercante is an extreme narcissist and most likely trolling for attention.
We are going to be able to very quickly escalate these things if she wants to go down that path.
She craves the attention.
I would rather do time in jail after killing this bitch.
Obviously, Alyssa loves the attention.
Alyssa Mercante is obsessed with me. She's crushed on me, bro. She wants some of the 8-inch Eric.
She loves the attention as much as she cries harassment. Deep down, she loves when people talk about her.
Creatures like Mercante do not leave. They have to be pushed.
And she's like, oh, I'm a victim now. He's saying I'm a murderer. And oh my God, the trauma that I went through.
Imagine knowing your boss, your coworkers, your peers, your friends, and your family are also getting messages like this simply because they're associated with you.
Somebody decided to buy the, was it?
And by the way, like the fucked up thing I think people should realize from all this, outside of the very obvious, like this is what it is to be a woman in these kind of spaces and actually, you know, try to report honestly on a topic, is that she has not chosen like some crusade where it's like, I am going to be the one who destroys all of these right-wing culture warrior chuds. I'm going to take all their channels down. I'm going to do everything in my power to destroy them. You're going to see day after day, this is a war that I'm willing to win, and I will not stop until they are destroyed. None of that. It was you wrote one article which again factually pointed out that Sweet Baby Inc., the scandal is not a conspiracy. It's a consultation firm that was consulted by big game companies. But it wasn't even enough to, like, you know, do all this, like, you know, the sexual assault threats, the death threats, they had to go after people around her. They had to go after Kotaku. They had to go after workplace associates. They had to go after, like, you know, friends and family. Every single person has to suffer because she had the audacity to try and actually report accurately on something that we all want to be a massive conspiracy.
Mercante is her sister's name. Mercante.com. Somebody got this domain and began emailing her sister from it. Just think that is fucking hilarious.
Apparently, her sister's website has been hacked or taken over, or domain has been purchased and now used to harass.
Why is that epic, JT Smash? That seems weird, because her sister has nothing to do with this at all. She didn't even write one article. It's like you're so hate-filled and angry at this woman. It's like, and guess what, everyone? Massive victory against Alyssa Mercante. We took down her sister's webpage. Now, not me, of course. Someone did this, and I'm not encouraging it or telling you to go do targeted harassment, but I will say this is a massive victory.
She was pregnant with us.
Somebody hurt her. Whether it was her parents, whether it was her dad, whether it was a boyfriend or a girlfriend.
Boyfriend trauma.
Ironically, she's not a lesbian and has a boyfriend. Imagine sleeping with this creature.
Imagine being her parent.
Like, I fucking failed as a father if my daughter acted like this.
When I decided it was time to take legal action against those who were smearing my name,
Alyssa Mercante, who sells herself for sex and sucks dicks for money.
That dude's married, by the way. again, for this like JT Smash character, I'm so curious. Just like, what's the clocking out like? What's like? Yeah, come to bed, honey. Oh, I'd love to. I have to write another article on Alyssa Mercante. Haven't you written? I don't know, like 100 of those? Don't you think that she's probably, as you say, pwned? Isn't that like, did you need to keep fixating on her? What did she do again? Oh, you'll never believe this. She's the biggest criminal of them all. She effectively wrote one article about how Sweet Baby Inc. isn't the conspiracy theory we all wish it was. Okay? And then she had the audacity, to stand behind her work and not retract the article. Okay? So she needs 200 more videos. Only then can we destroy her. Oh, also, we took down her sister's website. Not me specifically, but people did. So that big win, huge victory for the cause.
Natural habitat is on her knees, ladies and gentlemen.
Alyssa Mercante, who has since come forward saying that she used to be a sex worker, sucking dicks for money.
A senior editor is a former prostitute.
Apparently words are dehumanizing, but getting railed by Tyrone and his entire gang over in Brooklyn is not.
Alyssa Mercante sucks more at journalism than she did sucking dicks.
Stinking digital prostitute.
Those who wanted me to not just lose the job I had, but to never get a job in this space again. What do you think happened?
Any company that hires Alyssa Mercante, even for bylines and temporary, proves to everyone that they know nothing about the gaming landscape and definitely should not have dedicated gaming sections on their website. Get the fuck out of our industry. That you command control via your 100,000 subscriber YouTube channel? Get the fuck out of the games industry, of which I am a huge part of. We need to pull every lever to get activists out of the game industry. Alyssa Mercante is leaving Kotaku. From the sounds of it, she was pushed out, but trying to make it sound amicable. Last I checked, you don't just up and leave a position that you're happy or successful into. Pursue some things coming down the pike. This week just keeps getting better and better. Could be the massive amounts of emails that were being sent to Kotaku at the time, and the amount of pressure that the company was getting in order to protect one of their employees that was creating, I don't know, a rift and making it an unsafe work environment that could have played a role.
Alyssa Mercante has filed a lawsuit with me. It's a very frivolous 54-page attempt at doxing me and attacking me. But she admits to bringing it on herself. Like, she could easily...
Can you imagine a man getting shamed for sex? Oh, yeah. I mean, like, the misogyny just oozing out of every single person criticizing her is unreal, right? Like, yeah, no, that would never happen. Yeah, this dude apparently has slept with so many women, and ladies love him. What a piece of shit.
Away. But she decides to know. She's addicted to this.
In a just world, sending someone a cease and desist and then filing a lawsuit to get them to stop harassing and defaming you should get them to stop. But instead, Jeff kept making content, and I kept getting harassment every time he did it. He knows that, though. That's why he does it.
Before you even start typing, well, you're pushing it. This has been the best thing that's happened to my channel.
How would you feel if you faced this every day for more than a year? Just for doing your job, and for daring to push back against people who hate you for it.
So it's fucked. She uploaded that video, and that first video got taken down, ironically, for harassment and bullying because, it was falsely flagged. We're not going to be able to know who, because that's just one of the advantages that the far right has when they falsely flag channels. But her original upload of this video was taken down by YouTube. She's still waiting for it to be reinstated. This is the re-upload. I'll share the channel if you want to support Alyssa and her work and current struggles in untold amounts of harassment on the internet. But that hasn't changed anything, as Asmongold is now claiming a massive victory for this video's release and takedown.
Alyssa Mercante made her first real edited video on YouTube, and it got banned by YouTube for bullying and harassment. You can't make this shit up. Oh, man. That's just too bad, right? This would have never happened if she didn't start doing this. She started this whole thing herself.
Let's set the record straight, shall we?
Okay.
Every single time we posted a video, we were always responding to something she said about Asmon.
I'm starting a YouTube channel. Here's a sneak peek at my first thumbnail. So she's gonna make a video about how I smell bad?
I went back to check, and this right here is the worst thing Baldy said about her.
I bet she smells worse than I do.
And this is what Baldy said on the very first clip about her Sweet Baby Inc. article.
Disagreement is not harassment. Whenever people are disagreeing and saying you're full of shit, that's not harassment. Nobody's...
This isn't doing what you think it's doing. Asmongold editors, you got to realize that him being like, she started this. This is on her. Started what? So we know the origin story now. She wrote one article, and that article, again, was just to explain to people, perhaps normies, who are confused as to why there's all this like controversy in the video game industry right now surrounding just one Canadian company called Sweet Baby Inc. and how they're apparently destroying all, in totality, the medium of video games. So she debunked that, wrote an article about it, and then became clearly the #1 target for all of these unwashed masses, just to be like, holy shit, she's our enemy, we must destroy her.
Supports actual harassment.
And while my client's conduct has been exemplary,
It would be good if people could actually just post arguments rather than just insulting each other, so...
she mindlessly continued...
Yeah, but like just random platitudes out of context don't really justify you earlier saying like, hey, by the way, people going after her for this article, that's not harassment. Come on, people can disagree with you. Of course people can disagree with you. You realize there's a massive difference between a disagreement and then flooding Kotaku email addresses with you have to fire her, death threats, not to mention the like death and rape threats that she was receiving.
elevating the temperature with statements such as these.
And if you have a problem with that, come fight me physically, bitch.
Because you're doing this on purpose. You are being a bully. Didn't she try to take away your Capcom sponsorship for Dragon's Dogma 2? I don't know if she did. Yes, I didn't even know that. Like, and that's how unimportant this person is. If you take up action against another person and you try to get this person like deplatformed, canceled, you deserve this. You do. You deserve this. This is what you deserve. And can you watch the video that she re-uploaded? No, I'm not going to watch it. Then she's probably going to try to DMCA me for the video. Do you think I'd actually play into that trap?
No, I don't want to learn anything. I don't want to see receipts. No. Yeah, if I do that, she'll just strike me down where I stand. I can't do that. I can't risk it.
I know what people like this.
His entire channel, by the way, is react videos to other people's content. Like, you're pretty much doing that as your entire business model. I think you'll be fine.
I know how they think.
I actually have something better. Now, this might shock you, but Alyssa is also a huge Hassan fan. Well, he rejected her too.
They're probably...
Alyssa, talk.
Hi.
I heard you to run.
No, yeah, we have a couple different things that we need to infiltrate.
You're pretty busy.
Yeah. So, I'm sorry for
I
not...
was going to pick your brain about gamers and politics, but...
Yeah, we can do it another time.
Yeah.
You can actually pinpoint the second when his heart rips in half.
You thought you were going to escape.
How is that a gotcha? I'm so confused. Was that just an epic, oh my god, they had a very regular conversation that most people do at conferences. And then Hassan rejected her advances. Clearly, she wanted Hassan to have sex with her, but then he refused. You can see this moment right here.
Escape McDonald's. No.
Cool stuff. That little fucking 2-minute video was enough for Smash JT to be super excited and saying that apparently Asmongold has destroyed her.
Shout out to nobody for bringing this information to Asmongold's attention and also bringing this information to my attention, because I definitely did not see this today. And nobody said, oh my God, Asmongold reacted to my post that got...
Sorry.
Okay, so she throws a lawsuit at me. That's insane. And it's interesting how she left all the context out of that in the lawsuit as well, by the way. But I digress.
Yeah, I think it probably has something to do with just like how obsessed and creepy all of you fucking are. Like, once you just lay everything out and see the whole timeline of everything, not to mention the harassment that she's been receiving from all of these internet weirdos, it's like, again, what was her high crime? What did she do? Did she personally say that she was going to deplatform every single one of you? Has she been working in conjunction with the executives at YouTube to get your channels taken down? And when it all boils down, it's like, oh yeah, she wrote that article. That article is worthy of a war, and this is where the war starts and ends.
Don't let this happen to you. Go to serfscoffee.com to order the only end-to-end owned indigenous coffee company that delivers blood-free, conflict-free, and cruelty-free beans right to your door. 0% of people who drink serfscoffee.com have exploded spontaneously. By ordering right now, you get 10% off plus free shipping, and it's the best way to enjoy delicious coffee while not exploding. That's serfscoffee.com, serfscoffee.com.
Thank you so much for watching, everyone. This video wouldn't be at all possible without the financial support of all the people whose names you see on the screen right now. And if you want to unlock secret bonus episodes, content that we can't post anywhere else, or get the videos early before anyone else gets to see them, please go on to patreon.com/theserfs. For as little as $1, you can help support this channel and help make more videos like this possible. Our executive producers are Anna Loves Riley, Adrian McCarthy, Bobby Lasers, Cheryl Alvarez, Comrade Junkie, Doug Caddy, Everything Important, Garrett Sandoval, Hagbard Celine, Jimmy Sombrero, Multimondi, Omni, Political Papi, Preston Kroll, Quiet 185, Richard Boehm, Riley and Anna, Roller Dragon, Cernicus, Stellar Gwyn, Sebastian Demel, Tigwig, Trav, and Words Greenwood. And also, it wouldn't be possible without all the names you see on the screen right now. Again, if you want to help produce this content, it's only made possible through the funding of our patrons. Head on down to patreon.com/theserfs